I'm currently putting together a blog talking about weight talk and weight communication in media and social media, but I really wanted to use this vlog as a way to summarize some of the contents of that, but also talk a lot more about specific examples of overweight portrayals and also discussions of weight in media and social media that I've personally seen and experienced, and how it's been seen in my own eyes as well as viewers. Overweight and obese people often have very negative portrayals in media. Cole et al. Did a research study in 2013 where they found that about 60% of all news articles that talked about obesity-related news and contained images of obese people often depicted them eating loads of junk food, showing off their stomach, and usually they had their head cut off. This kind of serves to objectify the body. The problem with this is that it allows people to perpetuate extremely negative feelings towards obese bodies and figures because they don't have to really consider the feelings of the person behind that body. With things like this so prevalent in more traditional forms of media, when we turn to social media, it's an even bigger concern seeing how young the users are and how frequently they use the social media sites. When using social media this much, it's very easy to start with self-comparison. We see all of these beautiful models and all these perfect portraits and pictures of people online and think that they're so perfect all the time and that we need to become that. Content creators often use their platform to emphasize just how well they fit into certain beauty standards. The problem is that this continues to perpetuate those beauty standards and tells viewers that they need to be this skinny in order to be that pretty. So there are two theories that I think really go hand in hand with this specific topic, and that's cultivation theory and agenda setting theory. Cultivation theory is this idea that when consuming so much media, your perception can kind of be warped to believe that certain problems are bigger than they really are. And agenda setting theory is essentially that media is able to create and maintain certain standards and norms that they want to uphold. These fit so well together because media is able to set this agenda that they want the beauty standard to be skinny and pretty, and that you need all of these products that you're going to buy from them to be able to withhold that image. And cultivation theory is that you're going to be so roped into the social media site and use it so frequently, you're going to believe that this is the standard, this is the norm, and you're going to buy into it. Literally. There are literally so many weight loss fads and gadgets out there that the internet is constantly trying to sell you, convincing you that you need it in order to look beautiful and to feel healthy. In terms of weight loss, a lot of the creators who talk about their own weight loss, who talk about fitness and dieting, are going to be selling you cookbooks and classes because they want you to pay them to receive any sort of helpful advice or information for your own weight loss journey. You also see something called body checking a lot. Body checking is basically when you're posing and positioning yourself in a way to look as skinny as possible. And I feel like this kind of goes hand in hand with eating disorder content. There is a lot of eating disorder content out there. This content also involves body checking. It also involves romanticizing things like vomiting, extremely low calorie intakes, and extreme thinness. So in this section of my blog, I kind of talked a little bit about K-pop. Eating disorders and eating disorder talk is very prevalent in the K-pop community. A lot of that revolves around the female idols because they appear so skinny. There was recently a video of aespa's Ningning laughing at the thought of being over 55 kilograms.
저는 50kg예요. 저 55kg예요.
절대 아니야.
Being that weight and mocking people for being any bigger than that is really harmful to your audience. There was another video of a group called IVE. They were live with food in front of them, and two of the girls in particular didn't touch any of the food, and throughout the video are seen holding their arms in their fingers almost as if they're checking to see how thin they are. Not only seems to serve as a reminder to them that they shouldn't be eating so as to stay that thin, but it's telling their audience that they shouldn't eat either. So not only are real people online telling you that you're kind of gross for being big and that you need to lose weight and that you need to be super skinny, but media often portrays overweight people as really negative stereotypes. A movie that I think about a lot whenever I'm considering this topic is Sierra Burgess is a Loser. Sierra Burgess is an overweight high schooler who is in love with the popular, attractive jock at school. So she finds a way to reconnect with her ex-best friend who is very popular, very pretty, very skinny, and basically use her image to get with him. Once he finds out, you never get a confirmation of if he's okay with it or not, or if they end up in a relationship. They make her like this crazy manipulator the whole movie, who struggles to get any guy to pay attention to her. It's just so unfortunate to be surrounded in media and social media by so much negativity towards overweight people. Yes, I understand that working out and eating right is very important, but it also matters to be inclusive and careful with our words. This is why I really love when influencers are very inclusive of their audience and willing to accept people at all sizes and all stages of their journey. Having those communities where we don't feel stigmatized and ashamed is so important. My hope is that communities like those can grow even larger and more accepting so that all plus-size people on the internet feel like they have a place to go for support.